Hi everyone, welcome back to our live cooking demo. Okay, so today we'll be teaching you how to prepare a stuffed sweet potato boat. Alright, so ask your friends to join us for this live cooking demo. Okay, and if you're already in, just do a shout out to me, say hello so that I know that my viewers are already in this live video. Hi Lily, nice to see you again. Okay, so we'll just wait for just one more minute, okay, even as we wait for more viewers to come right in. Okay, so those of you who are watching, have you all tried any of our previous recipes yet? If you have, just raise up your hands in the comments below. Alright, so let's start. Alright, so my name is Rachel and I'm a nutritionist from MinMed. So today we'll be showing you how to prepare a stuffed sweet potato boat. Okay, so sweet potato is actually a root vegetable, okay, and they are actually our source of carbohydrate. So for today's stuffed sweet potato boat, it's actually a very complete meal, which I will explain a little bit more later on as I show you how to prepare this recipe. Alright, so how many of you here love to eat sweet potatoes? Okay, you can raise up your hands if you like to eat sweet potatoes. Okay, so I'm first gonna introduce the ingredients needed for today's cooking demonstration. Okay, so we'll be requiring sweet potato, of course. Okay, so here with me, okay, I have my sweet potatoes. Okay, so as you can see, sometimes the sweet potatoes vary in their color. Some tend to be towards the yellowish side, some tends to be orange, and some tends to be purple. Okay, I'll explain a little bit more about the different color. Okay, but sweet potato here is actually one of our main ingredient. Okay, so apart from sweet potato, okay, we'll require 4 button mushrooms. Okay, you can actually cut them into quarters or you can dice them depending on your preference. Okay, we have some corn kernel, red capsicum, green capsicum, our shredded mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, low-fat cream cheese, and of course some of our seasoning, which includes our onions as well as our garlic. Okay, so as you can see in this recipe, I'm actually not using any salt. Okay, reason being that the mix of ingredients that we are using today actually has very natural flavors, okay, and there isn't a need to add any additional salt. And also on top of that, because our cheese actually has sodium in there, so again, we avoid adding additional sources of salt in this recipe. Alright, okay, so now that we are all ready, okay, hello everyone. Okay, hello Ben, hello Jeannie, hello Layong. Alright, so let's start cooking. Okay, so the first step will be, okay, to heat up our oil, okay, in the pan, and we will saute our onions. Okay, so just heat up our pan first, okay, and then we're gonna add about a tablespoon of olive oil, okay, to saute our onions. Okay, talking about oil, we do recommend that if you're at home, okay, do use some of the healthier oil. Reason being that healthier oil is lower in its saturated fat content. So could you just leave a comment and tell me what kind of oil do you actually use for cooking at home? Okay, so leave your comments down below. Okay, so I'll know what kind of cooking oil you're using. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about the different types of cooking oil that you can actually use at home. Okay, so we're just waiting for our pan to heat up. Okay, hello Mary. Alright. Okay, so talking about cooking oil, okay, so Lily uses canola oil. We have Jolene that use olive oil. Okay, so those that you have mentioned, okay, is actually, okay, healthier choices in terms of the oil that you should be using. Okay, so we have things like Knife brand canola oil. Okay, so talking about healthier oil, basically you can choose, okay, to use oil such as olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, corn oil. Okay, all of these are actually healthier oils that you can use at home. Okay, what is most important is that when you're choosing your oil, do look at the packaging and do make sure that you see the healthier choice symbol, because this symbol here basically tells you that they are lower in saturated fat. Okay, and saturated fat is the one that is bad for the body. If you consume too much, it's going to increase the bad cholesterol that you have in the bloodstream. Okay, so in this case, we do recommend healthier oil like canola oil, olive oil, sunflower oil. All of these are good options. Knife brand oil, however, we don't really recommend, okay, because Knife brand oil has actually slightly higher amount of saturated fat, okay, as compared to the healthier oil that I've mentioned earlier on. Okay, so if you're using Knife brand oil, okay, then we do recommend you to probably slowly finish it, okay, and then replace it with a healthier oil instead. Okay, so now that our pan is heated up, okay, I'm just gonna add in my garlic. So we are using 1 clove of garlic here. Okay, so I'm just gonna saute, gonna stir fry my garlic until it turns slightly golden brown and slightly fragrant. Okay, and then we will add in our onions. Okay, so the good thing about using all these different spices like garlic, onion, is really in terms of flavoring, so that you don't have to add in additional like sauces, condiments that will increase the salt content of your dish. Okay, so my garlic is really fragrant now, so I'm gonna add in my minced onions. Okay, so for the onions, okay, onions actually contain this antioxidant compound called the quercetin. Okay, and this quercetin actually, as because of the fact that they are antioxidant compounds, that actually help you to reduce, cell damage. Okay, and that is why they are called an antioxidant. They prevent your cell from damage. Okay, and that's why they are actually very healthy. Okay, so as you are sauteing your onions, you realize that your onions will turn a little bit soft, okay, and it actually turns a little bit translucent. Okay, this is actually a process called sweating. Okay, even as I'm sweating, as I'm cooking, my onions are sweating as well. Okay, and the whole purpose of this sweating process is to actually allow the moisture to come out, okay, and to increase the sweetness of your onion. So the juices that you see in the pan will actually help to enhance the sweetness of your dishes. Alright, so now that my onions have turned soft, okay, and they are slightly translucent, okay, I'm gonna add in my mushrooms. Okay, so we have some other comments. Okay, so Ben uses avocado oil. Yeah, okay, that's actually a healthier option as well. That's great. Okay, avocado is very high in our unsaturated fat. Okay, so in terms of stir frying our mushrooms, okay, we're gonna stir fry mushrooms first and not the other remaining vegetables. Reason being that the vegetables like bell peppers has very high vitamin C, so we don't want to subject them to too long of a heat treatment. Okay, so as we are salting our mushroom, okay, I don't usually like to add water, okay, because it's gonna be a bit too moist. So what I'll do is that I'll let it simmer for a bit. Okay, so how do you let your mushroom simmer? Okay, just use a lid, okay, to cover your mushrooms, okay, so that the natural moisture, okay, will come out of the mushroom and your mushrooms will turn soft. Okay, so talking about mushrooms, how many of you here love mushrooms? Okay, did you know that mushrooms do not belong to the meat family, neither do it belong to the vegetable family? They belong to the fungi family. Alright, so mushrooms here are actually a good source of protein, especially for vegetarians. Okay, but mushrooms are also a very good source of minerals like selenium. Okay, if you don't know, selenium is actually a type of mineral that acts like an antioxidant compound. Okay, and also mushrooms are a good source of vitamin D. Okay, and that's actually needed to enhance your bone health. Alright, so we see a lot of mushroom lover here. Okay, so today we chose to use button mushroom, okay, because they are more suitable for this recipe. Of course, on your own, there's a wide variety of mushrooms that you can go for, like enoki, oyster mushroom, shura mushrooms. Those are all perfectly fine as well. Okay, and did you know that mushroom also has another name, okay, called the natural flavors? Okay, so why are they called natural flavors or like natural MSG? Is really because mushroom contains glutamic acid. Okay, and this glutamic acid is basically one of the same compound that you can find in your MSG. So MSG basically stands for monosodium glutamate. So for this glutamate acid, they are found naturally in your mushrooms. Okay, but the good thing about it is that your mushrooms do not contain the sodium content. They are very minimal in their sodium content. Okay, which is why using mushroom is actually a very good way to season your food without having to add much seasoning. Okay, so as I have already, okay, so now that my mushroom has softened, okay, I'm gonna add in my remaining ingredients. So I'm gonna add in my bell peppers, okay, red bell peppers, here, and I'm gonna add in my green bell peppers, okay, as well as my corn. Okay, the reason why I'm choosing to use all these non-leafy vegetables like bell pepper and corn, okay, is really because they will add more texture and more crunch to the stuffed sweet potato bowl. Okay, there might be recipes out there that might be using things like spinach, okay, but spinach, after you stir fry them, okay, it's gonna turn a bit soft and mushy, okay, and it doesn't complement the texture of sweet potato as well. Okay, so just remember when you're cooking, it's all about flavors, it's all about texture. Okay, so in this case, you can actually add in other types of vegetables according to your own preference. Just that today I'll be using bell peppers as well as corn. Okay. Alright, so now, okay, we are just gonna lightly stir fry them because like I've mentioned, our bell peppers are rich in vitamin C and we do not want to cook them for too long. Okay, so talking about bell peppers, okay, do you know what is the difference between red bell peppers and green bell peppers? Or even yellow bell peppers in any case? Okay, the main difference for the different color bell peppers, okay, if you go to if you go to NTUC or go to any supermarket, you would know that in terms of the bell peppers, the red and the yellow ones tend to be more expensive as compared to the green ones. Okay, and the reason for that is really because our red and our yellow bell peppers are riper. They stay on the vine for a longer period of time. Okay, so in terms of their taste, they are sweeter as compared to your green bell peppers. And that is also the reason why, okay, in terms of the cost wise, okay, your red bell peppers and your yellow bell peppers are actually more expensive. Okay, so as I continue to talk about my bell peppers, okay, I'm just gonna season my mixed vegetables with a little bit of pepper. Okay, so bell peppers are actually a really good source of vitamin C, regardless of what color they are. Okay, they're actually a very good source of vitamin C. Okay, but if you're going for your yellow or even your red bell peppers, okay, they're actually higher in their beta carotene content. Okay, so what is this beta carotene content? Basically, they are like your vitamin A, okay, that is essential in helping you to protect your skin, protect your eyes, and to have healthy bones as well. Alright. So now that my vegetables are all nicely cooked, okay, I am going to add them to my sweet potato. Okay, so I have already previously steamed my sweet potato, okay, which I'll explain a little bit later on how to prepare our sweet potato. Okay, but I have already scraped up this sweet potato and here are the flesh. So what I'll be doing is that I'll be adding my mixed vegetables, okay, into my sweet potato. Okay, and then we'll give it a good mix. Okay, so now that all our ingredients are in, okay, so as you can see, my mixed vegetables, okay, and my sweet potato are all in. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a good mix. Okay, at this point of time, we also want to add in our low-fat cream cheese. Okay, so our low-fat cream cheese here is actually a really good source of calcium. Okay, and why low-fat is because dairy products like cheese actually contains saturated fat. Okay, so we always want to go for the low-fat option. So I've added in my cheese. Okay, and now I'm just gonna give it a very good mix. Okay, so again, okay, talking about our bell peppers, now we move on to our corn. Okay, did you know that corn is actually a type of whole grain? Okay, and basically what qualifies to be a type of whole grain, okay, is simply when they have their bran, their germ portion actually intact. So corn is actually a type of whole grain which you can also include in your diet as a form of staple, okay, and they're actually really nutritious as well. Okay, so let me see some of your comments. Okay. Alright, so we have questions like, can I eat mushrooms every day? Okay, because I get tummy upset when I eat Chinese dried mushrooms. Okay, of course, in terms of mushroom, it is actually perfectly fine to consume them every day. Okay, but we also want to go back to the main principle of a healthy diet, which is always to have variety. Okay, so as much as you really love mushrooms, okay, but mushrooms have just this amount of nutrients which may not be present in some of the other protein sources. Okay, and in addition to that, if let's say you experience some tummy upset after consuming certain type of mushroom, okay, then that may mean that you may not be suitable eating this specific type of mushroom, and you want to actually have some change. Okay, so you can actually play around with the different type of mushroom to see which actually suits your tummy best. Okay, and of course, in addition to that, do not just consume mushrooms alone. Okay, do include other sources of protein. Okay, to have a more complete and a varied diet. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Beatrice. Okay, so I would suggest and encourage you to have variety. Okay, so I'm just gonna give my mixture a very good mix. Okay, so after mixing my ingredients up, okay, what I'll be doing is that I'll be stuffing them into my sweet potato. Okay, so talking about sweet potato, right? That's actually one of our main ingredient that we'll be using today. Okay, sweet potato is actually really high, okay, in their vitamin A content. Okay, and you'll notice that there are different sweet potato with different color. So my sweet potato, I actually bought them in the same batch, okay, but some of them are yellow flesh, some of them are orange flesh. So basically what's their difference? Okay, the deeper the hues of orange basically means that they have more beta-carotene content. Okay, because beta-carotene is actually the antioxidant that will give your sweet potato their natural color. So if you are choosing a sweet potato that's more orangey, okay, then they have higher beta-carotene content. How about purple sweet potatoes? Okay, purple sweet potatoes are purple because they have other type of antioxidant. Okay, in this case, they are called the anthocyanin. Okay, and this anthocyanin is what gives your fruits and your vegetables the purple color, like your purple sweet potato, like your blueberries, like your blackberries. They're actually very high in anthocyanin. Okay, and beta-carotene and anthocyanin have very different health benefits. Okay, so for your beta-carotene, it's good for your eyes, whereas for anthocyanin, they're actually cardioprotective. Okay, so now, okay, yes, it looks really good and it's really yummy and it really tastes very well. Okay, so now I have already have my sweet potato ready. Okay, so my sweet potato is actually considered medium size. Okay, in the recipe it calls for a large sweet potato. Okay, so if you cannot find a large sweet potato, you can actually use 2 small sweet potato as a replacement as well. Okay, so I'm using actually 1 medium sweet potato and 1/2 of a small sweet potato. Okay, so what I'll do now is that I am going to stuff my sweet potato, okay, with my mixture. Okay, in terms of sweet potato, okay, I would suggest that you scrape. How do you prepare this sweet potato is that I actually steam them, okay, for 20 minutes, okay, and then let it cool slightly before you actually cut them into half and scrape out the flesh. okay, when you're scraping out the flesh, okay, try to use a teaspoon, okay, because when you use a teaspoon, you can actually control and ensure that the sides are not being scraped off as well. Okay, the first time when I did this, I used a tablespoon because I thought it would be faster, but it ended up destroying my sweet potato. Okay, so a tip for you, if you want to dig out the flesh of a sweet potato nicely, okay, use a teaspoon instead of a tablespoon. Okay, so now that I've actually, filled up my sweet potato, okay, after this, what we'll be doing is that we're gonna pop them into the toaster, or if you don't have a toaster at home, you can use an air fryer, okay, heat them up at 160 degrees Celsius, okay, until the mozzarella cheese on top has fully melted. Okay, so just let me fill up my potato boats. Okay, so I've actually filled up my potato boats. As you can see, okay, this is really nice. Okay, yes, it's really good for little hands too. So you have kids at home, okay, you can actually get them to participate in preparing this healthy and colorful dish. Okay, so now that my potatoes are all stuffed, okay, I'm gonna add in our mozzarella cheese. Okay, let me just put this aside. Okay, so here with me, I'm gonna add about 1 tablespoon of mozzarella cheese on each of the sweet potato. Okay, so we are using mozzarella cheese, okay, because they are actually more stringy. Okay, so when it melts, it actually has that, stringy texture like what you get for your pizza. Okay, so that actually makes it really tasty, as well as the texture will be really good. Okay. So as you can see, I've actually added the mozzarella cheese, okay, on top of my potato mixture. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put them into the air fryer, okay, and heat it up for 5 minutes until the mozzarella cheese has fully melted. Alright, so just let me adjust. Okay, so I'm just gonna toss it in my air fryer. Okay. Okay. So now I'm gonna just heat it up for 5 minutes. Okay, so put them in the air fryer at 160 degrees Celsius and heat it up for 5 minutes. Okay, and by then, okay, you'll get a really nicely toasted and melted cheese right at the top. Alright, so let me see your comments. Yeah, it looks really good. You're hungry, you need to try it, man. Okay, Parmesan cheese is tasty too, yes. Okay, but in terms of Parmesan cheese, okay, in terms of the texture, okay, it might be slightly less stringy as compared to mozzarella cheese. Of course, if you want to use Parmesan cheese, you can use them as well. It's really up to your own preference. It depends on what kind of texture you're going for. Alright, so now that we are waiting for our sweet potato, okay, to cook, okay, let's talk a little bit about sweet potato. Okay, so I've earlier on mentioned that different colors of sweet potato. Okay, so apart from the different color, okay, sweet potato is actually really packed with a lot of nutrients as well. Okay, sweet potato actually has more nutrients as compared to your regular potato. Okay, so when we talk about sweet potato, they can actually be used as a substitution to your rice or your noodles because they're also your source of carbohydrate. So how much sweet potato is considered one serving of carbohydrate? That's actually one large sweet potato, approximately about 180 grams. Okay, so 180 grams of sweet potato, that's actually one serving, and that can actually replace, okay, your intake of rice, noodles, or bread because they're a source of carbohydrate as well. What we really want to avoid is having sweet potato together with other carbohydrates. Like typically in Singapore, we like to eat curry potato with rice. Okay, that's like not advisable because rice is already your source of carbs and potatoes are your source of carb as well. Okay, so always try to make your meal balanced. So in this case, if we look back at our mixture, it's actually a very balanced meal. We have carbs from the sweet potato, we have our protein from the mushrooms, we have our fiber from our vegetables, and we have whole grain as well from the corn. Okay, so a very simple recipe like that is actually a very good lunch idea. Okay, not only is it suitable for adults, suitable for kids, even elderly as well, because they are so packed with nutrients. All right, so you really need to try it. All right. So as we are waiting, okay, again, it's a shout out to you. If you haven't subscribed to our Telegram channel, please do download the Telegram app. Okay, subscribe to Healthy SG. Okay, and that's where you can find today's stuff, sweet potato boat recipe in there. You can also find our cooking and exercising schedule in there as well. Okay, and do you still remember the Active CB challenge I was talking about the previous time? Okay, thank you all for tagging us. Okay, but keep those tags coming because we really love to be tagged. Okay, tag us on tag MinMed group either on your Facebook or Instagram. Okay, when you upload photos or videos of yourself exercising during our Zoom workout. Okay, and you stand a chance to win $50 NTUC voucher. Okay, and only top 20 winners will get a chance to win that $50 NTUC voucher. So hurry, tag away. All right. Okay. So as we are waiting as well, okay, do you have any questions with regards to today's recipe? It's really simple, really nutritious, okay, and I believe, okay, you would really love the taste of it as well. I can't wait to eat it in front of you later on. Okay. And last but not least, also tomorrow I'll be preparing a Guinness tacos chicken. Okay, but it's gonna be different, it's gonna be exciting. You're not just gonna watch me cook, but I'm inviting you to cook with me as well. So how does this work? Basically, all you need to do is to purchase the ingredients needed for this recipe. Okay, and then follow me, okay, as I prepare this recipe on Facebook Live, okay, and cook together with me even as you watch me. Okay, so remember, okay, don't be a couch potato. Okay, stand up and start cooking with me tomorrow at 11 a.m. Okay, at 11 a.m. So invite your family members to cook with you because nothing tastes better than home cooked food with love. Okay, so the time now is about 1. So you have less than 24 hours to chong to the supermarket to get the ingredients so that you can cook with me tomorrow. Okay, so I really hope that y'all can cook together with me, okay, because home cooked food always tastes better, it's always healthier as compared to your takeaways and your deliveries. All right. So now, okay, let's just take a quick look at our sweet potato. Okay, so it's really well done already. I'm just gonna, okay, scoop it up for you to see. Okay, check this out. Okay, can you see? Okay, I'm just gonna lift it up for you. Can you see the melted cheese? Okay, the brown top. Okay, and the colorful capsicum. It's really, 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 really yummy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna eat it in front of you. Okay, so if you think that, you know, the skin is a bit dry, you can actually choose to grease some olive oil, okay, on the skin before you put them into the toaster or even the air fryer. Okay, but for me, I'm fine with this texture. Okay, so I actually didn't choose to add any more additional oil on the skin. Okay, so I'm just going to eat it. Okay, with some sweet potato as well. Okay. It's really good because the sweet potato is very sweet, but you get the savory flavor from the mushrooms, and you get that crunch from the bell peppers and the corn, and you get that additional savory flavor from the cheese. Okay, so it's really good. I'm not even kidding. Okay, it's really good. Okay, so I really would like you to try it at home. Okay, it's very simple, just 20 minutes. Okay, and you can get a very nutritious lunch ready for yourself. Okay, it's really good. I'm not kidding. Ben and Stephanie, it's really good. You need to try it. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of today's cooking. Okay, our stuffed sweet potato boat. Okay, I can't stop eating. Okay, until then, stay safe and I'll see you again tomorrow. Hurry, go to the supermarket now and get your ingredients. Okay, bye.